Was a bitch. All I wanna do is this. Motherfucker don't know. Need the real niggas go low. But they can't keep with this. Niggas trying to make money. Starting off real hard. Nigga couldn't even go. Wanna know what's the show? Need the real on the mic. Streets in the night. Doing all that he could. Nigga gon' keep it good. The haters won't talk. Motherfuckers won't block. Assholes gon' flag. Motherfuckers can't stop. Ass niggas everywhere. Wanna sit us there. Real better be aware. Niggas better be aware. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas better sit and stand. Real better be aware. Niggas better be aware. The real like FICO. The real score higher than 700. That's not a typo. Real on horizon. Tryna roll this higher. Troller trying to win. They a motherfucking liar. They a motherfucking liar. Can't depend on honor. She recruited as a set. Now she doesn't say. Now she is in another space. Laying dollars in another space. Seeing dollars in this place. Good trying to keep the fucking haters. Niggas everywhere. Niggas wanna sit everywhere. Niggas wanna sit everywhere. Niggas better be aware. Niggas better be everywhere. Niggas everywhere. Keep the real better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas wanna sit and stare. Keep the real better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas better sit and stare. Keep the real better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware.
Good.
All I wanna do is this. Need the real niggas, bitch. Niggas like to go low, but they can't keep it this. Nigga trying to make money. Starting off real hard. Nigga couldn't even go. Wanna know what's the show? Need the real on the mic. YouTube streets in the night. Doing all that you could. Nigga gon' keep it hood. But the haters won't top me. Motherfuckers won't lock me. Assholes gon' flag me. Motherfuckers can't stop me. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas wanna sit and stare. Keep the real better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas better sit and stare. Keep the real better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware. Keep the real niggas Need the real like FICO. Need the real score higher than a 7-800. That's not a typo. Need the real on the horizon. China road is higher. Controller trying to play me. They a motherfucking liar. FW on the corner. Can't depend on honor. She recruit another set. Now she is a ring. Lame niggas in another space. Seeing dollar signs in this place. Good guys gonna protect the place. Trying to keep the fucking haters away. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas wanna sit and stare. Need the real better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas better sit and stare. Need the real better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas wanna sit and stare. Need the real better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas better sit and stare. Need the real better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware. All I wanna do is this. All I wanna do is this. The realness motherfucker don't know. Niggas like to go low. The realness bitch. But they can't get with this. Like to go low. Nigga trying to make money with this. Starting off real hard. Trying to make money. Nigga couldn't even go. Starting off real hard. Wanna know what's the show. Need the real on the mic. Wanna know what's the show. Streets in the night. Real on the mic. Doing all that you could. Streets in the night. Nigga gon' keep doing all that you could. But the haters won't talk me. Motherfuckers won't block me. Assholes gon' flag me. Motherfuckers can't stop me. Big ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas wanna sit and stare. Niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas wanna sit and stare. Niggas better be aware. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas better sit and stare. Niggas everywhere. Better be aware. Niggas better be aware. Niggas better be aware. Real like FICO. Need the real score higher than 7-800. That's not a typo. Need the real on the horizon. Channel road is higher. Trying to play me. They a motherfucking liar. FW on a motherfucking liar. FW on a corner. Recruit another set. Now she is a recruit another set. Lame niggas in another space. Seeing dollar signs in this place. Good guys gon' protect dollar signs in this place. Keep the fucking haters guys gon' protect the place. Ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas wanna sit and stare. Niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas wanna sit and stare. Niggas better be aware. Ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas better sit and stare. Niggas everywhere. Better be aware. Niggas better be aware. Better be aware. Ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas wanna sit and stare. Niggas everywhere. Better be aware. Wanna sit and stare. Niggas better be aware. Better be aware. Ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas better sit and stare. Niggas everywhere. Better be aware. Better sit and stare. Niggas better be aware. Better be aware. Hey, niggas better be aware.
Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, welcome, everybody. This is Coach D. Darrell Spears here once again. Happy to be here to do another live stream. Chilling, got time today. Got a little time. Just wanted to come in and wanted to talk about a few things to do, the kind of content that D. Darrell love to do. So we talking about some manosphere topics today. Um, Talked a little earlier about no good nigga named Taz. Now we're gonna talk about Miss Just Pearly things today. So we're gonna focus on a few things as relates to that. There's been some major developments going on within this between her and she going at certain people, such as mediocre tutorials and reviews. She talking about Oshay Duke Jackson, my little nephew, and others, and the women. But what I want to focus on today is some of the stuff that Ms. Jess Pearly has stated. Now, she has said some of the most egregious ass shit, being that you in a black sector. You know, what's up, black bearded nerd? What's going on? Appreciate you for coming in. Now, I'm like, something really got to be wrong when you got a white woman telling another black person that they doing more for the community than you and they trying to challenge how come you didn't help people that I've helped with them bullshit ass contracts that you pulled that you presented. You want to sit here and talk about how O'Shea should have did this and he should have did that. I'm like, for real? For real? For real? What's up, defraud the Charlatan? Like, lady, come on now. This is a lady in her mid to late 20s. O'Shea been in the game for a second. And I want you all to check out this video to get a perspective on what I'm thinking. Okay? So I want you to check this out. You tell me what you think. My position is, I mean, man, people let YouTube get to their head. People just run with narratives, man. People willing to say whatever to get views. People get an inflated sense of self. I mean, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. And so I want to touch upon some of the shit that she been saying. And to be honest with you, as she has clapped back on people, I mean, she really believes the bullshit that she states. I have every reason to believe this woman actually believed the shit coming out of her mouth. She really believes it. Like it is no doubt in my mind. She believes this shit. Now I want you to look at this video. I'm going to let you all take a look at this. You can tell me what you think. This is Miss Jess Pearly. Yeah, I know she hideous looking. Let me get the screen share going. It's like the saga continues, and it will continue, and it will continue, because there's a lot of money being made off of it. That's just the facts. Now I want you all to listen to this.
He doesn't trust the employees to know if they work for someone or sexist or why didn't you sign
Alan Roger Curry.
the black community?
Hold on, guys. Something up with my sound. I don't know what's going on, but let me do something right quick. I'm having some sound problems. Give me a second.
And you're the first to critique me,
Here we
Jackson.
go.
He doesn't trust the employees to know if they work for someone or sexist or that hates black women. His words. And yet he thinks that he knows when he doesn't even live in this country. He's never even interacted with us. O'Shea, you've known King Richie's for a couple years now. Why didn't you sign him? You care so much about the black community. community to critique me, what do you want to do? Why didn't you sign him? Now he's having more success than he's ever had, and he's talented. He's worked so incredibly hard for that. First one to criticize.
This shit is crazy. She gonna actually say, why didn't you sign King Riches? It's because King Riches wasn't necessarily doing the same, in my opinion, the same kind of content to attract the same type of subscriber and viewer. You know how many people, if you want to criticize anybody for putting people on or not putting people on, Oshay is the last person, because he's put out more people than anybody. Like, are you serious? Right now, he networking with my boy Poetic Flacco for a reason. This is crazy. Like, if you're gonna get at anybody, he should be the last one, because he's put out way more people over the years. You just came along yesterday. My little nephew been around for a long time. Almost 8 years. Hey, Miss Queen, I seen you went live. I wouldn't have went live. I would have known you were live. But glad to see you coming through. Like, if you're going to criticize anybody for the lack of putting anybody on, this man should be the last one at the list, because he's put out and helped so many YouTubers. And just because you don't have to sign somebody to help him, because Oshay put on a lot of women before anybody brought the women into the sector. He put on most of the women. Well, what's up, Leonard De Yoda? I mean, how can you sit here and the lack of knowledge of you understanding the space, and you just speaking on shit just to be speaking on it? Because if you would have known the truth, you wouldn't be saying this shit. But what am I to say? People just, as long as you pop it on a YouTube channel, you got viewers, people just believe you just telling the truth.
Criticize me and call me when I did YouTube famous for maybe 6 months, and then I started helping other people. I started signing talent, and I know you've got your network. I know you've got your very mid set, but if you care so much, why didn't you do it? And MTR, what you did to me in the
So you guys heard that opening clip. Just Pearly things challenging me as a pro-black. And of course, you know, me, I'm a grifter. So I was looking for my name and I didn't really get it like I wanted, but she gave me like, a minute, right? So give her a round of applause. So guys, what she says in this is, Oshay, why didn't you do X, Y, and Z? Since you're so black. Let me kind of start off. Rewind. So in 2016, I brought in a guy. Okay. Donovan was writing for the Return of Kings. I met Donovan through Return of Kings, through the Obsidian Media Network. I'm going to tell the whole truth. Obsidian knew these blogger guys. I didn't know him. He knew Alan Roger Curry. He knew Ron Wills. He knew Donovan Sharp. Those are the three that I got introduced to through Obsidian. Once I heard Donovan Sharp, even though I didn't agree with many of the things that Donovan was talking about, or at least some of the things, because some of the things is the truth. Donovan had, in my opinion, a voice that a lot of black men at the time I was thinking at that particular time. I was trying to be fair. There are a lot of black men who felt like Donovan. So I said, listen, man, you're a guy, I feel that has some talent in this YouTube thing. I think there are a lot of guys out that, as a black person, you know, could relate to you. Hindsight 2020 was the wrong thing to do, but it happened. Donovan came on to YouTube. Now, if it was just Pearly Things would have wanted to sign Donovan Sharp.
Facts. Oshay helped people develop their YouTube channels, and he wasn't trying to sign them to make money and take 70%. Like, she thinks she's doing people a favor. Like, you think that and to be honest with you, King Richards was established enough where he didn't really need her, regardless of how much money he making. She taking 70%, Negro, and you only getting 30 for a damn YouTube channel that you can do the same for yourself. Listen, guys, you don't even own the content for something like now. To me, my position is this: if you're an not established YouTuber, let's say under 20, 30,000 subscribers, I could understand you maybe signing. She sees some promise in you, and you move forward with her and things of that sort. But if you got over 25, 30 or more subscribers, you don't need somebody else to uplift your platform. You can build. You have already built a consistent amount of subscribers, and you own your own content right out. You're not sharing a percentage. You basically yielding and submitting all of your, videos that you created, whether you using her equipment or not. That don't mean shit. I mean, her equipment is not all that. Her editing is not all that great. I mean, it's good, but it's not some mind-boggling shit that you just got to stop and look at. It's just the facts. It's not. Well, let me continue.
Under a contract and control most of his revenue. I want you guys to hear it. Why didn't you sign him? I'm going to tell you how she thinks. But when Oshay reached out to Donovan, I said, I'm going to bring you in the platform. I'll pay you if you want to write, but all the revenue you do on your own is yours. You get it to 200 to 250 videos, and you can control the rest is history. Donovan, at one point, outgrew us. He went on to the 21 convention. He went on to make a lot of money and do his own thing. Donovan does not like me. But one thing Donovan Sharp can never say is I tried to take any of his revenue. I brought him in. I showed him what I could. But I wanted Donovan Sharp to be his own man. I didn't want to sign him to nothing. As a black man, he didn't need me to sign him anything. He can stand on his own opinions, even though those are the ones I don't agree with. But I got more receipts for you, Pearl. You love quoting Kevin Samuels, right?
Right.
Let me play a clip of Kevin Samuels, who made this video about me. Play that clip.
The brilliance of Oshay Duke Jackson. Here's the thing. I want you guys to actually sit here and listen to what I'm about to say. I hope you guys really recognize and understand and are learning from the resource we have called Oshay Duke Jackson. When I say the guy's brilliant, I mean it. And I think it's a great time that we acknowledge exactly what the man has done. For those of you who don't know, this is a brother who's over in Poland in medical school. Now, I've been around on YouTube for the better part of about 4 years now. And before I even knew anything about it, I had about 10, 12,000 subscribers. And I studied this kind of stuff because I have an advertising and marketing background. And to have a man who's in medical school build not one, but two successful YouTube platforms that actually are a meeting place for black men around the world is astonishing. It's never really been done before. Oshay has done something that I think is freaking phenomenal. He's taking his own platform to where he's not the star. He's like the master conductor of so many black men across this digital landscape. He works with the black manosphere, pro-blacks. He will work with anyone, interview anyone. I remember he interviewed a brother by the name of Eric Stanley, a concert musician. All of this while being in medical school. Oshay is so good at what he does that we forget that he's in medical school in Europe. Now, look at the platform that he's built. Look at how it's actually changed the dialogue and communication online. Believe it or not, Oshay is an influencer outside of YouTube.
Now, this is the infamous, so-called brilliance of Oshay Duke Jackson video that actually pissed off Angry Man and some others, but mainly Angry Man lost his goddamn mind over this. And so Kevin Samuel gave Oshay his props for what he's done. Now, this same man was the one who trained that she allegedly spent that $8.99 consulting with Kevin Samuel, the same man.
If not one of the greatest point guards in the history of Black YouTube. See, I might not have, and I am very mid-set. Trust me, I'm okay with being mid-set over here in the Black world. I don't need to grift and steal talking points like I don't understand like you and be a dusty and just dusty things to get views. I don't grift like that. I'm authentic. I stand in my own positions, not the ones I hear somebody else regurgitating in order to make money. I don't do that. But see, I never tried to sign Kevin Samuels. I never tried to sign Kevin Samuels. I'm going to say it again like Dr. Umar. I never tried to sign Kevin Samuels. Why? I wanted Kevin Samuels to be his own man. I didn't want to put nobody into no slavery contract, no bondage contract, no 360 deal. And to be fair, people do it in all groups. I've been asked all the time, why don't you become an agency and sign these guys? I don't believe in it. How about one of your other buddies, the lead attorney? None of these people come through you, by the way. Miss Talent Primes people. You can't produce nothing. Even the guy you're talking about, King Richards, to be fair, he'll tell you. He'll tell you, ask him. I never asked the guy for $1 or sign nothing. Ask the lead attorney. Go ask him right now. Every time I come to the lead attorney stream, he'll always give his account of how I helped him. How did I help him? If it was you, you would have signed him. You would have wanted 80% or 70% of his profits. Because that's how you think. You want to sign somebody. This ain't no signing nobody. I'm a pro-Black. I believe in ownership. Own what you do, not be owned by somebody like you. No, I don't believe in that. You see, why didn't I do it? I don't sign people. I don't have a network.
So at this point, Oshay is explaining. Oshay straight up explaining. This nigga quite straight up explaining. Look, I ain't trying to sign people and take advantage and have ownership of their intellectual property. He's more like, I'm just trying to help the Black community. Oshay has helped out a lot of Black men. He got trashed for helping out a multitude of Black women that were already popular coming to the space. We talking about Cynthia G. We talking about Paris Malone. We talking about the femininity coaches, some of the dating coaches that were females. On and the list goes on. Matter of fact, he helped out, Taz and bitch ass Nyla. He helped her. He helped Nyla. Gave her a wrench. Helped them as a team. He even interviewed Rashida Strober, the dark-skinned activist. All of these people. But she telling him, I'm the one who helped. I'm going to take credit for helping you Negroes out, and I'm going to help you make more money, but I'm going to take 70%, and you have no ownership of your own content that you created.
Network where people are signed to. I take percentage of their money. Because I believe that in order for somebody to catch up, they need to own their own stuff. I never, ever got $1.
What's up, little nephew? What's up, man?
Out of the lead attorney's money. He done made probably millions of dollars by now. He don't owe me nothing. I mean, he did, you know, he has given me a nice super chat off. But if he want to, he can. If he don't, pocket watching with JT. Other guys I shouted out when they were young, coming up. Darius M. I gave him his first interview at 700 subscribers.
Facts.
To be fair, I didn't have as much influence over him as the others. He don't owe me nothing. The Poor Man's Podcast, when he had only 2,000 subscribers, I gave him one of his biggest first shout outs. He don't owe me nothing. And then all of those guys do better than me. Want to know why? I want to see black men successful. And let me drop something else on you, Pearly things. You're saying he's doing better than he ever has. I can tell you this. He might be using your system, but the brother can do better without your ass. Because imagine if he was doing that for himself and not for you. How much them funky road mics cost? He can do that by himself. Why he need to do that? He was doing good before that. So he don't need nothing that you got. So a white person need to come and sign a black person and take 70% minimum of their money?
Facts.
And how would you?
Facts.
Oh, let me, and what I'm about to do now is, let me drop that receipt for this is what you do, right? Because it's on the brother show. What's his brother's name? Hotep Jesus. Let's play that clip.
Together. Let's talk about the numbers, right? So it's
The
true
numbers.
the deal was 70-30 that was on the table, right?
There's some.
Now I want to stop here. I want to preface something for a second. Now watch when she answer these questions. Look at her body language and look at her facial expressions and the manner in which she answered these questions, because she's quite hesitant and quite reserved to tell the truth because she knows she about bullshit. Now watch this. Listen to this shit. This is to me the most telling aspect of what Oshay was trying to get across.
Legal stuff going on, so I can't really go into certain aspects.
No, I get that. But so let's take it here then. If we were to do a deal, Hotep Jesus, come to Just Pearly Things, and I work for you. How much revenue do you think that show would generate?
Well, so I'd probably at first ask to see your ad revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would probably calculate how many.
You ain't lying, Kate. She do look high.
And then based off of previous people, my goal is always to get you making more than you're making now. That's always my goal. So I would probably look at what other people have made using our system and try to get you to a percentage that makes you what you're making now, if not more. That's always my goal.
So it would be my channel?
What?
Would it be my channel? Like, will we use my YouTube channel?
She didn't want to answer that shit. He said, will it be my channel? Will it be my channel? She looking like, nigga, really?
Or would we use your YouTube channel? Whose channel would we use?
It depends how people want to do it. It's different for every person.
She like, nigga, are you serious? Your channel, I own, I'm master. I'm just Pearly Records. You think you're gonna own what I'm gonna make my 70% off of?
Okay. In a case like split where you get the majority, is that on your channel or is that would be on my channel?
It depends.
On what? Like, what kind of parameters are we talking about here where it would go into making, like, because I saw the deal and I'm like,
man, look at her face. She already ugly enough as it is. Look at her. She leaning back like she the motherfucking done or some shit. She like, nigga, you think I'm gonna let you own this shit? Man, come on, man.
Maybe I could work for Pearly things. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't
Damn, man, she ugly when she smile. God damn it.
know what these numbers look like.
I mean, it depends on what you're bringing to the table. So if we take up 100% of the cost, we take up the majority of their ad revenue. Some people come with their own editors. Some people come with their own thumbnail people. Yeah, so it just depends on the person. So,
Well, fuck. How much you charging to do a thumbnail? She charging damn near what, $200 to do a thumbnail? Like, what the fuck? Are you telling me people are negotiating? People are negotiating their contracts even with the goddamn thumbnail? What the fuck? And Oshay saying, he said none of them came with their own editors. What the fuck? Yeah, because you got part of the contract is you have to accept her editors. I'm gonna be honest, man. Her content looks good, but it ain't that goddamn great. I'm sorry, man. I mean, her editing and shit is not mine. There are tons of people that do way. Oshay content editing is way better than her shit. And I'm not saying that being subjective because we cool and shit. That's my little nephew and all. But that shit ain't. I mean, it's great, but it ain't. It's good, but it ain't like fucking. This is the top of the line on in YouTube. Period.
yeah, some people want a show where we get guests for it, and that costs money. So it just depends what.
See, you shouldn't have came from me. You came from me. See, somebody like me, I do things without nobody asking it in for return. Oh, you know what? I got one more seat from Wody Maya.
Oh shit, Wody Maya. He all over Africa.
1.4 something like that million YouTube subscribers. I'm a let Wody Maya.
I remember Oshay interviewing Wody Maya back in 16 when Wody Maya at that time. I remember that Negro got stuck in China, and I think it was 2018 or 17. I remember Oshay interviewing Wody Maya. Wody Maya had probably less than 50,000 subscribers.
I tell you,
over a million
about me. Play that clip.
And you know who did the magic? A big shout out to my brother, Oshay Duke Jackson. He said, hey, Maya, you told me to come to Uganda, but I know what happened to you. I'm telling you that the people of Uganda are way better than what happened at the airport. So my brother, I'm buying your wife and you a ticket to Uganda.
Look at this guy, man. Look at this guy. Oshay Duke Jackson.
Can I have a big round of applause to my brother, Oshay Duke Jackson? He was the one who paid for my tickets to come to Uganda. And I came to Uganda. My wife pulled up a surprise birthday party in Uganda. And
damn, that chick on the right is nice. Oshay, who is that chick on the fucking right of you? God damn. Nephew, who is that chick on the side of you? That ain't Janita. Who the hell? God damn. Who is she? By the way, man, I will be in Uganda 2024. Oshay and D. Durrell gonna be tricking all across the continent. He said, I'll call you later. Yeah, hit me up. Who the hell is that? Oh, God. Me and Oshay will be tricking in 2024 all across the continent. That's a bet.
And Oshay Duke Jackson paid for everything.
You see all of those clips. I am the greatest organizer, talent finder in the history of Black YouTube. I never asked for $1. I've worked for African Diaspora Network. I've done things for Sonetta. They asked to. I've done things for Wody Maya. I done brought people over to Africa. I never asked for $1 for nothing that I did for nobody. I done helped hundreds of people, men, women, on this platform. People I didn't agree with. Content creators, left and right. I ain't never signed not one person to a deal. But that's the difference between me and you. Because people like you have the mindset, well, some people may call it colonizer.
Colonizer.
But that's not what I do. What I do is genuine.
We build.
I know you mad, but it is not my fault. Receipts! So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Oshay Duke Jackson. Back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.
Now you see that, man. Now look, she look hideous as fuck. She ugly as fuck. I mean, niggas, black men gotta quit. I'm gonna say this to all black men. Look, man, if you gonna date outside of your race, y'all gotta start getting women. You're gonna be like, okay, damn, I can see why you. I mean, she gotta look the goddamn part. I'm sorry, guys. You know, you can't be like Steve the Dean and all these other motherfuckers, Lucario and Steve the Dean and the Saints in the Center kind of women and shit. Come on, white women. You know, y'all niggas need to stop, man, and trying to tell black men, you know, this is the better option and shit, man. Come on, man. And even Donovan Sharp, I don't even fuck with Donovan Sharp. But this chick, man, I'm just shaking my head at this whole situation. Shout out to Oshay Duke Jackson for coming up in the house. He's saying, "What's up to BMT?" Man, now Oshay, I know you in the chat, but what's up with MTR, man? What's up with you? I saw another video with her being fascinated with MTR. It's like an obsession. I think MTR offered her some dick, or she thought MTR was gonna give her some dick or something, or he promised her some shit. Because ain't no way she acting like this over this man. Like that shit don't make no sense. That shit don't make no sense. Every time you look around, she got some shit to say about MTR, man. I don't know what he offered her. I don't get it. I don't know nothing about that. Man, look. I'm going to say this, man. You know how this YouTube shit go. And see, right now, everything is good. But as we always know in the YouTube streets, nothing will stay good forever. Now, what's the guy name? The other British guy. Shit, what's his name with the bald head that's been going against her? Damn, what is his name? The guy that with the bald head that was working with him and he decided to get out. Now, they've been kind of saying stuff. Garvey, whatever the hell his name is. Shit, I forgot his name. Damn it. In the chat, you know that guy. Yeah, Cyrus Garvey. This nigga came out and said, I'm not signing this shit. He just flat out said, Cyrus Garvey flat out said that I'm not signing it. And to me, in my position, and Oshay, you can, I mean, I don't know if you agree with this or not, I felt like a guy like King Richards was already established enough. Why would you? It's a bad deal. King Richards been doing content for years that he owned. Why would you give up your masters? You want to look at this from a record label? Why would you give up your masters to make a little bit more money? It don't even make sense. And she getting 70%. And I'm sorry. Her content, look, man, if I had the time to do YouTube like I would like to, man, she don't look like she spent over $15,000 on that. on that equipment she got. The cameras, the lighting, and all that. It don't cost, man. I want people to understand, it really don't cost you that much to really, really fix your shit. Like, people think you gotta spend all this exorbitant amount of money. You can get actually a really, really nice, depending on what you're trying to do, you can get a nice studio for under 10K. Now, if you're trying to do heavy duty shit with, you know, a big computer that can, like a gaming computer, and you're trying to do a bunch of stuff, you know, that may be different depending on how much content you're attempting to distribute online. But I personally don't see the and I'm gonna say this, I personally, this is me speaking for me, I don't see the value of you signing a contract on YouTube and you're giving up your masters to somebody else just to make a few extra coins when you can blow up somebody that's already well established. You can grow your content and grow your subscribership on your own. Now, did they not consider what would happen if just Pearly's channel gets shut down? Did you not consider what if the channel gets shut down or the views go down? She goes in a different direction. What happens to you and your contract? You stuck in a 3-year contract with this ugly bitch and you don't make any money and you looking around like everything, like what the fuck I'm gonna do? Like, this is the reality of that. This is the downside of having a contract like this. Pandora said, what we got here, this is a pro or anti-Pearly channel. This shit is anti-Pearly. Like, this lets me know, see, I mean, I know business. I do business. I've been doing business for over 15 years. And I've been in good contracts, and I've had a few contracts that wasn't as good. And I can tell when somebody getting fucked over. And it's another thing, you don't even, I mean, I'm just saying, the pros don't outweigh the cons. You're never going to make as much money as just Pearly because this is not a partnership. Cyrus Garvey wanted a partnership. He did not want a contract. You're working as a contractor. And that's why she fell off with him, because he was smart. He had more business sense. And he was like, why would I give up ownership of my content to you for 30%? Look, her channel is popping, but unless you popping like some of these guys in tech that got like 15, 20 million, I'm sorry, 1 million subscribers, and you just recently obtained that. Kudos to you, but your channel ain't popping enough to be giving out contracts. You ain't making enough revenue. You're not making enough revenue for all of that. And that's just the facts. I'm going to send the link out for anybody who want to. I see that the chat is popping. I'm going to send it out there so you all can come chop it up with D. Darrell if you like on this. This shit is crazy. And so, Panda said, I don't think she wastes, but I don't want her off the internet because her looks make me angry. Shit, her looks make anybody angry. You ain't lying. That shit is true. Pearly be laying down that hard pimp hand on these niggas. She like, can I purchase your channel without buying it from you? That's exactly what she doing. And these niggas sitting there thirsty for money. I tell you what, it becomes my channel and you can just pay me from your future earnings. I guess. Shit. Look, man. She said, you're going to pay me from your future earnings. Whatever you earn, I'm getting it for the next 3 years. I'm sorry, man. YouTube channels are not that profitable to be doing shit like that. They're not that. YouTube channels are not that profitable. They're not. What's up, NC Worker? What's going on, Nicole Marie? She says it's time to truly build legit businesses outside of YouTube, and build an offline network. Maybe there can be a group that teach certified skilled trades. Like BMT said, the economy ain't doing so well. Exactly. Look, man. People trying to build on YouTube. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna say this, Nicole Marie, and appreciate you for coming in. You come in from time to time, but I know this for a fact. A lot of people are not easy to get along with and do business with. Panda, I'm in Texas, baby. I'm in H-Town. I'm in the big Lone Star State. People have, the Manosphere meetup was supposed to be about building. These Negroes put $30,000 on some shit and didn't even have a goddamn podium to speak on. Half the money went to Obsidian and Minister Jack just to speak. Mr. Theo Wap went and wasted all his money on that shit. I'm like, nigga, are you serious? We need tradesmen. We need electricians. We need plumbers. We need welders. We need mechanics, fabricators. We need every goddamn thing. We need certified medical techs, nurses, aides, CDL drivers. We need people who are certified in OSHA. If this space was used correctly, we could be a hub for men who need opportunities to have a gateway to a better life. But nah. They worrying about who black women dating, and if they're not dating me, they want to talk about women all day. I'm gonna say this. Successful men do not sit around talking about women all day. Successful men like myself and others, we're constantly looking at new opportunities to make more money, to invest money, ways to keep money, looking for tax shelters. We're trying to network with other people for new investment opportunities and to grow our business and run our businesses more efficiently. We're not sitting here worried about women, because the women are going to be around while you in that process. They're going to come because women like to see productive men who run shit. Niggas up here trying to teach game and you got to do this and do that. I've never met a woman in my life that didn't like a man who was productive. It's the facts. And yes, it is because she white. It don't even matter. And then the thing about it, man, you can look any kind of way. You can look any type of way. You can look like this. It don't matter, man. It don't matter. You can look just like this and get clout. It's a damn shame, man. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame, but that's the reality. Nicole Marie said, if you just get them certified, they can build businesses on their own. If they can't get along with each other, they will crash themselves into the ground. Exactly. Now, listen, I'm all about building, especially off the internet. I'm really more for building off the internet as far as trying to build on YouTube. I'm not buying this shit because the rules are not made by you. The rules are made by YouTube and Google. So I know there are people who want to build and they want to have these successful platforms and stuff like that. And they want to do all these great things. And the thing about it is that my position is, and my experience being in business, build with people who can bring just as much to the table as you can. Do not try to build with somebody if you bringing 50K to the table and they ain't bringing but $1,000 or more. That you can't do that. You got to build with people who, if you bring in that amount, you got to bring with somebody that's bringing at least 30, at least 25, 30 or more. And so these are some shiesty characters. A lot of these guys come from shiesty backgrounds and environments, and they always looking for how to one up somebody. They're looking for a quick way of doing shit. Exactly. If you build, the women will come. They will come. Because women like seeing that shit. This shit is so it is so simple. It is so simple, man. Like, I have been helped, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm saying this with all my heart. I have been helped a lot by professional Black women in the social service fields and areas, particularly when I was attempting. Half of the contracts that I got now was because of Black women helping me get in the door. All of my contracts that I got in Dallas, when I was in my office in Dallas, was every last contract I got. I had except for one, the first one. But everything else, I had a Black woman that worked either in that agency or connected me to somebody to get those contracts. And that's just facts. Particularly dealing in government, there's a large percentage of Black people who work in government. We can build, man. Put your egos aside. Even on YouTube, you can still build on YouTube too. The problem with building online is just Negroes got suspect mindsets and they shiesty and they, they're about backbiting and thievery and fuckery. You don't know who you can trust, even if you talk to them offline. I learned my lesson on that shit. I learned my lesson big time. Anybody can cross your ass. People you've been cool with for over 4 years, hear some shit, and they go rogue. I had to learn that. And that's just the reality of doing content. So the saga will continue as it evolves. Oshay, I know he probably out busy because I know it's like damn near 10, 11 o'clock at night in Uganda. But you know, building is not easy, man. Building is not easy. It's not easy, man. It takes planning. It takes cooperativeness, collaborating with others. You have to be, you have to be consistent every day, man. You have to be in an even kill mindset. You can't get high. You can't get too low based on success and failures, because that's going to happen. Failures are going to happen. Anybody want to get the link? You happy to get the link. You have to me, calculate having a certain amount of capital if something bad happens. My 15 years in business, I've had good times. I had bad. I have way more good and bad, and then I had some times where things got really bad. Things got really, really bad for me. Things were really, really bad for me in 2012. It took all of 2013 for me to build myself back up and be ready to go again in 14. What's up, Kay? You want to come up and talk a little business, man? Talk about this government contracting. Built my way up. 2014, went at it hard again. Got scammed by a church. And I'm not going to even, that's something I don't even talk about. I talked about it a few times. Got scammed towards the end of 14. Had to go to the drawing board again. And then once I basically, man, had gotten to a bad deal with a not, it wasn't a mega church, but it was damn near. It was a big church, and we collaborated. It was a bad idea. He was another Larry Reed that been sued by everybody, and so hold on, guys. Thank you. You know, had to retool, got my money back right, went at it again, and never looked back. I told myself I would never ever get in that situation, the situation I ended up getting myself in. And I never did. And once I rebuilt myself really, really good, then people started coming to me with ideas, wanting to do stuff. I collaborated with one lady. First time we did it didn't work because of a variety of reasons. Then the second time we got together again and we made some money. And then we decided to part ways. Partnerships are not easy. They're not easy. I turned down a lot of partnerships because of some of the bad experiences I had in partnerships. Because I started out in business doing a partnership. But in our community, we need to focus more on building and putting our resources together and growing. You know, minimizing risk by having partners. That's the way to go. But it has to be in a way that everybody is equally vested, and they bring something to the table that's needed. And to me, that's the sign of a good partnership, where it's not greatly weighted on one person. Because that person that is greatly weighted on is going to want to control and dictate. What's up, Unapologetically Black? What's up, man? So this is how it goes, man. And so what we're seeing in these YouTube streets, I mean, they got people making money. Oshay Duke Jackson, I ain't pocket watching. When you look at his AdSense, most of the money he probably making is from editing and other things. It's probably not even from his YouTube check itself. But he makes well over a few $100,000 a year on as far as his donations and his AdSense. What's up, man? How you doing, brother?
What's up, man? How you feeling?
Hey, man, we're talking about business, man. We're talking about the business.
Yeah, like who's so dumb? Who's so dumb to sign a contract on a YouTube from YouTube, especially if you've made it already? Like if you have, like for the dude King Richie, who's signing a contract. Why? She's supposed to actually be learning from you, the game from you. You've been in the game for years.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Oshay put you on, and you signing a contract with her? Come on, B.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? See, some of us, like someone like me, I'm not gonna go anywhere with this YouTube thing. It's gonna grow very slow because
right.
But I don't really put out content that a lot of people want to hear. But in the real world, yeah, that's my sanctuary. That's where I dominate in business. Because they can take your YouTube channel anytime. A picture on your YouTube could be like copyright, and they're like, that's against our guidelines. Boom, your channel is gone. You just never know. So you better win outside. You know what I'm saying? You better win out there. Like I got a contract in Arizona at the end of this month, big contract. So you got to win outside. You got to have businesses outside. YouTube, even if you have a YouTube channel, a successful YouTube channel, the money you're making from the YouTube, are you using that same money to invest into a business outside of outside of YouTube? Like for example, you got this cat, Angry Man, right?
Right.
He has 400K subscribers, and he's still going to channels to beef and argue with dudes and go back and forth. I'm like, dude, you got 400K subscribers. You should be teaching courses on how to do your graphics, how to set up a YouTube studio. Right. But so and if he's not careful, they can strike his channel too. You know what I'm saying? That's just how YouTube works.
And you know what? Angry Man got one of the best visual setups on YouTube, in my opinion. His background, sound, the music.
Exactly.
The way he could do a course on how to use Streamlabs and make
exactly. But you have to always think outside of YouTube. YouTube is a tool. I tell you this, I have a business, right? And my business channel only have 49 subscribers. So on that channel, I have content on how to start your own group home, right? Mm-hmm. I have about 20, 30 videos on case management and how to start your group home. I've made about 20,000 from that channel alone.
Wow.
Yeah. Somebody was searching for me on Google, and the YouTube channel is not even just, it wasn't on YouTube, it was on Google. So they searched for that they searched how to start a group home, and they saw my video, and they reached out, and they were like, yeah, I need to start I need to apply for DDA services to be a provider. So I said, look, I can show you. So I wrote a proposal. I wrote 2 proposals for her and her friend. Then somebody else reached out to me last month. I'm writing her proposal now. Now, yesterday, somebody also reached out because she saw one of my videos because she was searching on how to start a group home. So you can make money from YouTube with a small, with a small subscriber count. You don't need 100K or 10K. You just have to do what people are looking for. So I figured that people are always going to search how to start a group home because it's a big business across the country. And because you had a group home too, right? And it's big business.
Right.
So I'm helping people write the program service plan, the QA plan, the business plan, the organizational chart, background checks, everything they need to put in the plan. All that. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? And so that's why I'm making money from that channel. And I've made more from that channel than I have with this channel, K Business Talk. So
wow,
you don't need to sign any contract with anybody, because at the end of the day, they're discussing modern women. How long is that going to be searchable?
Facts.
You know,
the stuff ain't even applicable to real life.
Oh no, most of the stuff do not. Let me tell you this, Uncle D. Most of this stuff they talk online, that it doesn't apply in the real world. Never. Anything with the manosphere, anything with red, it doesn't apply. Most of these dudes, they talk about these modern women. They have women. They have girlfriends. All right. You know, for years, I've been to over 300 homes to do visits. For almost 10 years. I've always seen a man in the house with a woman who is more successful, who has more money. She's the owner of the house. He's driving her car. The kids are not his. Right. So many families. Fact. I've been to so many homes in the state of Maryland. Right. So when you get online, it's like, oh no, we don't date modern women. We don't date baby moms. I heard of when I worked in the jail, right? A lot of men came in for attempted delete. And you know who they deleted? The child of their baby or the child of their girlfriend, because they were babysitting. Wow. We had so many cases like that in the jail. Even when I worked with foster care, we had so many cases come through CPS just like that. Most of these dudes in real life are dating baby mamas. They are dating baby mamas. So all these people online, they are just BSing with every single body. They're just taking your money. That's it. They're telling you what you want to hear. You know, you got a guy like Edward Anderson. All he does is complain about women. That's it.
Man,
that's it.
Is a lost cause.
He's definitely is.
Man, guy gotta be one of the biggest crybabies I've ever seen in life. Period.
You see, I've never complained about women. You know, I've had women turn me down. I've had women give me their number. You know, I'm married to a very beautiful woman right now, going on 10 years. Right? She is a modern woman because she is in this era. But guess what? I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man. This is my house. I'm the leader of this house. I play my role. I don't sit there and just wait for a woman to do everything. Nah, I do everything. You know what I'm saying? I do everything. That's me. If something needs fixing, I'll fix it. I don't need to be told what to do. So I take leadership in my house and in the community. So we have value, men. We don't have no reason to complain. Life moves on.
Man, that's how it's supposed to be done, man.
That's how it's supposed to be.
These guys in their 40s and 50s complaining like they talking about shit.
Exactly. Exactly.
High school, man. I don't even think about high school.
Hell no.
I didn't even like high school when I was in school.
High school for me, I didn't get girls like that. But once I got to college, then I started to get more comfortable and confident. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember I told you I moved from the UK, so I was only in high school for like 2 years,
Right.
and then when I got to college, then I went to Morgan and I started talk. I just go walk up to a chick and be like, "Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Let me get your number." Boom, boom, boom. She gave me a number. Simple as that. Some will say no, some will say yes.
Right.
And it's not that hard. That the way some of these people make it seem, where you have to sell me a course for $1,200 on how to talk to a chick.
Yep.
You serious?
The dating coaches, some of these dating coaches they got, man, the game, man, they charge $1,000.
Let me tell you this: the only balanced person that talks about relationships on you in this black YouTube is Ron Wills. That's the only person. He's the only person that is very balanced, who will tell you what you need to do as a man. You know, clean yourself up, go to the gym, you know, get your money up, you know, those things. You need to stop. Like, people are going off on this woman that wanted a bus owner. So what? That's what she wants. That's a preference. She wants a bus owner, and if she wants to get a bus owner, let her get a bus owner. That's not your level, bro. If she ain't your level, that's not your level. There are women that make more money than me, like medical doctors. You think I'm gonna approach them? Even if I did, she would not even she wouldn't even give me a chance. I'll be this lucky. I have a 1% luck to talk to a woman who has a medical degree. They're looking for pharmacists and nurses and other medical doctors. You go to an Indian family, like, you think you can date one of their daughters who's a medical doctor in the Indian family? Hell no. They're going to look at you like, yo, keep it moving, bro. You ain't going to date my daughter. You are what? A social worker? No disrespect, Uncle D. And my daughter's a medical doctor? Mm-mm. Indian families, you got to either be an engineer, you got to either be in IT or a doctor. That's them. They're picky. Indian families, Asian families, Nigerian families are even the worst. They're the worst.
I feel you. Let me go to Carrie.
Right.
Hey,
Sure.
how you doing?
Hey, thanks for having me up.
Good. What's up?
So I actually popped up to say agree with something you said like a couple of points ago. I've agreed with most of what you said, which is interesting.
Oh, Lord.
I haven't heard. Yeah, that was a lot of reasonable talk coming out of you.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Who are you?
Oh, thank you.
Business Talk with Kay. Yeah. That was very refreshing. And of all the things you said, I agree with. I think the thing that I probably want to comment on is that I haven't heard a lot of men acknowledge like the physical danger that men pose to women in romantic, like, and some of this talk about like the manosphere and the womansphere, I don't really, I don't think there's anything to benefit from listening to most of that. And it's never a talk about like what's actually going on in the community. With like, the potential for women getting unalived or their kids getting unalived.
Yep.
By the men who we sleep with, particularly for Black women. And whenever I've tried to bring that up in this space, which hasn't even been that many times, but for like over a year now, I get gaslit and accused of all type of heinous things. I hate Black men. I want to fuck white men. Like, anytime I'm like, but what about the danger part though? What about the part that it's not safe? So I agree with most of what you said, but like, I haven't heard any other guy who didn't sound like he was trying to lay some Derek Jackson shit, you know.
The reason why is because, man, I worked in the community for years.
Yeah.
I worked in foster care. We had CPS cases, we have to go to court for cases that came in. Then I worked as an investigator in the jail. And you see a lot of brothers who come in, right? They deleted the child of their baby, of their girlfriend.
That's like the only way kids really die.
Yeah, because their girlfriend decided to go out and leave the kids with her boyfriend. And it was the same
part. The part that the father isn't there and present.
Exactly.
So let's right. People leave that part out, right? Yeah. So all these people failed this child, right?
Yeah, and people come online and talk about, oh, don't date these single moms, and people think people are not dating single moms. These brothers are, but by a high percentage.
I agree.
I
One of
go
the
into these
reasons I never
homes.
had kids. One of the reasons I never had kids, amongst the fact, I mean, besides the fact that I never got married, is I couldn't be. If I knew if I ever had a kid, I couldn't date men anymore because I just couldn't see it. You know, I couldn't see like exposing my child to some man. I've been a teacher for a long time too, and what I just know statistically, the danger that puts a child in.
Yeah, I understand. Not only just deletion, we're talking about grapes too.
No, I'm talking
Yeah,
about all of that too. If you're a single
yeah.
mom and a man sweeps you off your feet, how you know he wasn't a pedophile the whole time? Like, how would you ever
Mhm.
know? You know what I'm
True.
saying? So
You don't know.
I never really. I don't know if I heard a man the whole time I've been on the internet who wasn't trying to be manipulative, acknowledge that part of what it means to be a Black woman.
I mean, you're gonna go to some spaces that they're just gonna get. People are just talking. That's all. It's entertainment. You just
Yeah,
have to
I
take
avoid
it for
that
what it
shit.
is. Yeah, you just have to take it for what it is. Uncle D is a licensed practitioner, like a
Yeah.
social worker, and I've worked in almost the same field. Uncle D is working. He hits the mental health piece. I hit the community based piece. So we've seen all these cases. That's why we're able to. Me and him, our ideas are aligned because we know what is going on in each community across the country. It's not what
It's
these people
often
actually talking
yeah.
about online. You know,
With D. Durrell, I often disagree with things he says or his takes. I don't need to agree with everybody on everything now, but
Mhm.
I do. I appreciate the fact that he combats some of the more negative messaging from the manosphere because I don't see it as benign or entertainment. I think it really is radicalizing men and women against each
It
other.
is.
And the
It
people who
is.
are doing it that have a degree in psychology, like Cynthia G, that I
Uh-huh.
know that she knows. I know that she knows that
It's,
what
you see,
she's doing.
what they do
You
is they
know.
give. It's just like the Romans back then. They have to give them fights in the arena because that's what the Romans want. And if they don't do what they want, they
And
will
she
fight.
should
I
be
mean,
telling
right.
all them women in her audience to go to therapy, but she never does that.
And here's the thing that's gonna happen one day,
So
and I'm telling you. And Uncle D, correct me if I'm right. Correct me if I'm wrong. One day, something drastic is gonna happen, and it's gonna align back to this men's space or women's space. Somebody from either space is gonna
hasn't
do
that
something
already been
crazy.
happening?
This happening bit by bit, and
Yeah.
trust me, it's coming. It's coming. Where somebody, one of these YouTubers, they're gonna be held accountable. We already seen what happened to Tasha K. We're gonna see something else. So you have to be
This
careful what
might
you put on
sound
the
wild,
internet.
and I know a lot of Black men love Black women, you know.
Oh, they
But
do.
the prevalence of these men who would just throw everything away for pearly things, it's a particular type of humiliation and toil that only Black women experience, right? Like
Mhm.
no other race of men is like bragging in their traitorousness towards their own women.
No, never.
I just like, oh, it's rough, and I mean, I bear it. It's my part of my burden, you know what I'm saying? But it is embarrassing and just fucking sad to watch.
Yeah. So the real world, it is what it is. This YouTube thing, just take it as entertainment and watch what you need to watch and throw the rest away and go about your life. What I encourage people on my channel is if you want to get married, sure, go ahead and get married. If you don't, then that's a choice of yours. But just do good things out there. You want to start a business, you want to go back to school, you know, just stay positive, man, and you will make it. These are positive. You see positive Black men. You see D. Durrell. He has a group home. He has a dollar store. He does therapy. And I've learned from some things from him. You know what I'm saying? I do government contracts. I write proposals for group homes. So there are a lot of things that you can do outside of YouTube where you don't have to sign contracts to people who are talking about this stupid modern women nonsense that most people out here are not even talking about.
Yeah,
I
it's
can meet
sick. I
every
think it's
Black
really. I
person.
think all those people are like depressed, and it's evil actors on the internet encouraging
Yeah.
them to double down on their black and white thinking. It's like very transparent. I think that shit should actually be like age restricted or something. I don't know. That's just poison. I did have one business question, and then I'm gonna pop down.
Sure.
Right. since y'all say y'all want to get business advice, I have a friend who we've helped each other. She's my make financial decisions. Like, she asked me for some advice, and here's her situation. She has her 6 months of emergency fund. She's renting a house. I mean, she's buying a house. She's like 5 years in on a 20-year mortgage. Okay. She makes around $100 a year, so all her bills are paid. But she's still wrestling with spending, and she recently came into $30,000. Okay. What can you do with $30,000? And I'm gonna just hop down and listen to your answer.
Uncle D, there's so much you can do.
Yeah, you can do a lot with 30K. Now, the first thing
Absolutely.
I would do, if you have a house, she's only 5 years in it, but to me, if she has any debt, that's
paid off.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna say pay it all off, but I wouldn't necessarily now if she's looking to make money off of that 30K. What I would say is reduce your debt, whatever you have, to a certain amount, so that if you are wanting to have access to more capital, let's say if you pay, let's say you got about $50,000 in debt. I would pay, if you paid off let's say you took half of that money, take 15K and pay down some of that debt, your credit score is going to go up. And your credit score, I mean, I don't know what her credit is, but if her credit is good, if you pay down some of that debt, you're gonna basically reduce some liabilities, which will allow you to have more access to more capital if you're looking to do something business-wise.
Some business, yes. Like some
now,
business.
If she's not interested in any of that, I would actually invest that money. Oh, she said 50. It's about 50K in car. Oh, she got 50K.
Oh, wow.
Oh, there. If she had 50K in car loans, I'm paying
the car.
Loan. Yeah, I'm either going to pay that car off or I'm going to pay it down and refinance. That's a lot. That's a lot in car. Yeah. Actually, if she had no other debt other than that car loan, I would pay that down and refinance it. So if you paid it down to, let's say, 30,000 and refinance it, that's going to reduce the car
monthly payment.
$300 or $400 a month.
Yeah. I agree with you. The first thing that you pay off is that car.
Yeah. So if the remainder of that money you want to go into a business or you want to invest, I'm gonna say this right now because the economy is getting ready to go low. There are a lot of good opportunities in the stock market, and I would buy low. I would take at least 5K to 10K of that and invest in some stocks, and then put put the rest into maybe not a seed, maybe a money market if you're not going to touch it. But I would buy a certain percentage on some stocks because stocks are going down, and there's a lot of good opportunities that companies that are low right now. A lot of banks that went into bankrupt and different stuff. I was talking to a guy the other day on some investment. And he told me about a plethora of banks and different companies like Beth Body. What is it? Beth Body and
Bed Bath & Beyond.
Yeah, they're you can't buy the stock now because but they're going to get out of bankruptcy, and once they recoup, their stock is low. But that stock is gonna that's a good, once they get out of bankruptcy and you buy that stock again, that's what I would be looking at doing. If I had 30K, I'm gonna pay down some debt first. After I pay down the debt, if I'm looking to go into a business or something like that, I would do that. Or if you want to invest in some stocks and bonds, I would do that, and then take a little bit more cushion. Even though you got 6 months of 6 months of expenses paid, that's great. But I would still stack that a little bit and put all that money in a money market and let it collect more interest in a money market account. Savings accounts are good, but I would prefer people in my position. I would put my money, if I know I'm not going to touch that money unless I put that in a money market. It can earn more interest. That's just my opinion.
Put in an account that will have more interest than put the money just to sit there.
Yeah.
Correct. I mean, you can. I mean, that's all. I mean, pretty much you said it all. I mean, what else? Pay down the
Yeah.
debt. Then I mean, there's so much There's so much businesses you can even get into, man. Even to even get like to be a provider to provide services for people.
Mhm.
If it's drug counseling or group homes, you just need some capital of 20 to about 40K in your
Right.
bank account, and you're good to go. Because one thing with human services, that's not going away. That's not going to be replaced by AI or nothing.
Yeah, that's gonna always be there. Now she
Correct.
did say that she didn't think about the refinancing part. She said, I would rather pay off the debt than anything. The thing
Mm.
about it is, um, you don't have to pay off all the debt, but you're reducing the income output towards the car because the car already is not worth what you first paid for it.
It's
What I'm
appreciated
saying
answer.
is that I would rather do other things that can actually produce money instead of, and I mean, if you want to be debt free, if that's important to you, that's fine. I'm more about building wealth, and see, there are people who talk about building wealth, but the purpose of using credit or debt, business debt, is to create wealth. It's fine to be. To me, it's a difference between consumer debt and business debt.
Oh
So
yeah.
I would use the money to see if I can capitalize out that 30K in ways in which I can reduce my debt if I'm trying to do a business or something. But if you feel like being debt free is more important, then by all means, go ahead and pay the car off. If that would make you feel more comfortable. So, any other words on that, brother? Speak.
Yeah, well, I can understand paying off the car, especially now the insurance has gone up. Like I had a conversation with my car insurance lady like 2 weeks ago, and my insurance went up like drastically. And she was like, "Well, it's the market, so it's kind of like there's nothing they can do about that." So I can understand wanting to pay off the car because, especially I know she has full insurance, and that's a lot of money to be paying. So I can understand why paying off the car would be more important than trying to I well I could just understand doing that. So
Right, right. So she also said, well, she said something funny right here. That's what I told her. I said, spend 100 on a lottery ticket and pay the debt. That's funny. But she also stated that that's why I wanted to ask you, can you make money off of 30K any faster than a money market act? Um, well, I'm saying it in a way in which you're not putting it at risk. Now, if you want to make more money, you're gonna have to invest in some stocks, or you're gonna invest in a business, or that can take long. It depends on how much you want to invest in a business. But if you're trying to make money off of interest and things like that, then if you want to, get if you understand the fundamentals of investing, then I would invest some of that 30K because you can it's risky though. I'm looking at risk tolerance. So if you want to risk the 30K, I wouldn't risk it all. I'm gonna be honest. I believe in investing in invest in what you can afford to lose. I
mhm.
don't believe in just you investing money in hopes of making a lot of money. Like for instance, myself, if I know I can only invest 5K a month and I can afford to lose 5K a month, I'm fine with that because I can afford to lose 5K a month. I'm not about to invest 25K in hopes of making 100K, and I know that's gonna hurt me. So I wouldn't invest the whole 30K. I would probably invest maybe 5 to 10K in some stocks or something like that you want to hold and hopefully make some money off of. It all depends on your risk tolerance, what you're comfortable with. So anybody else? Any other?
No, you said it. You said it all.
Makes sense. I was thinking the same thing. Maybe like invest maybe like a third of that money and doing something
Yeah,
like that. That's what I was thinking.
yeah. Like I mean, coming. I mean, 30K is a nice little chunk of change. You can do a lot with that. I mean, you can start a business, man. They have businesses, and Kay, I don't know if you've done. I think you've done this before, but there are businesses you can start with less than $10,000, $20,000.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A, I think that's the starting 10K. Another place I did a video a year.
10K? Are you serious?
I think so. It's 10K you need a minimum, and they have to. It's a 2 year wait,
What?
and yeah, I think I don't
Oh,
remember.
I gotta go check that out today. I
Wow.
gotta
No, but I still think you need more money.
about five
But
of them.
yeah, yeah, but they'll have to interview you first to see if you're fit. Then they'll find a location for you. I did the video on it. I just don't remember how
Wow,
much, but I know a minimum is 10K. You need at least 10K.
That's
But I think
low.
you need more. I think you need more. There's another business like that too. I did a video about. I just don't remember the name.
man,
Um,
I'm gonna be honest with you. If I knew that, I probably wouldn't even bought $1. I would have went. I would have went to Chick-fil-A before I did buy.
I
Yeah.
think
I've never
I
seen
think the
a
dollar store
Chick-fil-A.
one is better.
Huh?
The dollar store is better because the Chick-fil-A you have to wait 2 years before they contact you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
so what you're saying is
That,
that you
that-
gotta the fact that you gotta wait so long.
correct. It's just like when you turn in a proposal for a group home and you waiting to get licensed and stuff. It's a long wait.
Yeah, a
But
group home to be licensed, it's gonna take eight,
2 to 3 years. Mhm.
yeah, it could take a long because you got to pass your inspections and all
Your
that stuff.
inspection. And not only that, even when you submit your proposal, they can review and say you're missing this, you're missing that, you're missing
Oh
this, you're
yeah,
missing that.
yeah, that can take some time.
Uh
Like
huh.
I don't know how it is in Maryland, but I know here, particularly those that bill Medicaid,
Oh yeah.
it can take about a year
You
or
see
more.
what Maryland did for the Department of Disabilities, they separate the services. So one service is licensed and the other service is not licensed, it's certified. So you can get into that one. All you need is 20K. All you're doing is sending staff to people's homes to care for them.
Right,
In the
right.
license program, you have the group home, then you have the day program where the clients come to. That one is licensed, and you need about maybe 50 to 100K. You need 6 months of expenses, you know. So that's what Maryland did. That was good. They didn't just lump them all together. They separated the two. So the one with the license programs, they take years, a year or two, or
Yeah,
even longer.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. And to me, I guess because for me, like, because I know, like for myself, going into retail was a different avenue for me.
Hmm.
And it's a different mindset you have to have towards things because in retail you're dealing with more people
Correct.
and they have a variety of like I know like it's more in like mental health and social services it's demographic specific. Like I know if I'm dealing with mental health clients, got to deal with this or people with disabilities or if they are in foster care, you got to they all have their unique type of thing you got to deal with.
Hmm.
But when you in retail, it's like the customer is pretty much dictating a lot because they can come in and want this and like right now, man, I'm pissed off at the people who stocked my store because they basically lied. They I had to spend more money on changing the products in the store because they stocked the store for like a mixed crowd or white people, a majority white. In this in the place where I'm at, and brother Speed,
It's
you
black.
familiar? We over there off of Bel Air between Bel Air and Houston, over there off of Bel Air, no, off of Bel Air Boulevard, and that's a Hispanic crowd
mm.
that want Hispanic stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, so
wow.
I had to buy all kind of different, those hot candies they like and the chips,
Yeah.
what are those same those Catholic candles and all that. We had to redo all kinds of stuff to get people to come in there because they did not they told and I knew when I had a bad feeling about it because I'm like, damn man, some of this stuff, man, like this is for like Pearland or sugar. Like I'm like, wait a minute, this is. I kind of had an issue with it, but I was like, I'm gonna trust them. And then, sure enough, the clients, the people, the main thing when people see the store, they're like, "Oh, this is a neat and it's very pretty, but we want this. Can we get this? Can we get that?" And so we was just constantly taking notes. And then finally, we slowly stuff that's not selling, quickly take it out the shelf and put stuff in that they want. Because Hispanics, that population want cultural related stuff, and if you don't have it, they ain't buying it.
Hmm.
It's just the facts.
It it
Right.
is, man. If you don't
Yeah.
got it, yeah, shoot. They're not coming in that store. So
Yeah. If you don't got what if you don't have the stuff they want, they ain't coming back. That's
yeah.
it. You gotta have it, man. So we had to change things and make it according to the people we with. So yeah, man. So any last words, brother? Because I'm about to head out of here in a little bit.
No, I'm just like, I just saw the title. I mean, I just saw the thing with Super Sly and talking about Pearly, how she's going after O'Shea and MTR.
Yeah, you missed it, man. O'Shea was in there earlier.
Yeah, I saw him, but I saw him and he was in here, but I was doing some other stuff, trying to,
Oh, okay. Yeah, he came in and bounced out.
yeah.
No, it's okay, Kay, because I'm about to go ahead and end the live stream. So yeah, man, I wanted to kind of talk about that. I'm gonna constantly, report on this issue and see how things evolve over time. Because it's very curious because what I like about it, it's a lot of business and money that they talking about. Because that's really what this is all about. All of this shit. Yeah, I know she did this, but it's about money, man. This is about
Hmm.
who trying to get more of the market in this space. And
Yeah,
they allow her to get a lot of the market. And so now she putting people in these contracts and she getting more money.
and trying to take people out. If you
Yeah,
try
man.
to
So
try to talk about it, yeah,
it's getting dirty. The game getting dirty.
but that's the thing. They set themselves up for this because again, it all goes back to this old um they working on other men's pain, and then they see her as a woman talking down on black women. They say, hey, let me get in on this. And what they didn't understand is like, listen, you got to, if you're going to have this market, you need to keep it for yourself, because if you don't, you're going to get caught up.
Right.
And like you said, if she turns left, if she goes left and you're not okay with it, she can easily just turn on you like she doing with MTR right now. I think
Right.
I'm seeing, I I could see easily a Me Too case coming his way, because he was hanging with hanging with her and her sister for this long period of time, and like, yeah, that's gonna get ugly.
Right. Right. Hold on one second. All right. I'm back, bro. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, man. So I'm about to go ahead and get out of here, man. I got some things I got to take care of. I'm gonna be up in there to about another 2 or 3 hours working. So, any last words, brother?
And yeah, these black men need to be careful who y'all dealing with. I mean, if you let that hatred and bitterness get the better of you and you trying to get fame off that, it's a weakness, and people are going to use you for food. Pearly is using these dudes for food, and now when they try to turn on her because they see that it's not a good look,
Right.
now she's clamping down.
Right.
But that's their fault. It is what it is.
Right. 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 All right, brother. Well, I'm about to go ahead and get out of here, man. Appreciate you for coming in. Wish you would have came a little earlier, but definitely I like to, I watch you from the clouds all the time, man. All the time.
I appreciate it.
All right, man. Well, you have a great day.
All right, you too.
All right, guys, I'm getting out of here. Y'all have a great day. Peace.